Today, let us discuss on uses of timber. Timber is used for making doors, windows and ventilators. It is used for formwork of cement concrete, centering, scaffolding, etc. It is used for making furnitures, agricultural instruments, sports goods, musical instruments, etc. It is also used for making railway coaches, wagons, boats, etc. It is used for making toys, engraving works, matches, etc. It is used for making sleepers of railways, fencing poles, electric poles, footway bridges, temporary bridges, piles of beams, etc. The softwood is used for making paper, cardboards, wallpapers, etc. These are some of the uses of timber. Now let us discuss on seasoning of timber. What is meant by seasoning? Why seasoning has to be done? If you see a newly cut tree, this contains 50% or more of its own weight as water. Water content will be there. This water content in timber, we call it as sap, or it is called as moisture. And this moisture has to be removed from the timber when we are using it for the engineering purpose, like for making it doors, windows, etc. So we have to remove the moisture content from the timber. This process of drying of timber or removing moisture content from the timber is known as seasoning of timber. So what is seasoning? It is a process of removing moisture from timber is called as seasoning. Understood? Now why seasoning has to be done? What are the advantages of doing seasoning? When we do the seasoning, as we remove the moisture content from the seasoning, it will be ready for burning if you use it as a fuel. And the seasoning helps in decreasing the weight of timber, thereby lower the cost. It lowers the cost and transporting and handling operations. That is for lifting and for transporting, the weight will be reduced. So when weight is reduced, it can be easily transported. Transportation cost will be less. And to impart hardness, when we do the seasoning, the hardness, stiffness, strength and electrical resistance of timber will improve. That's why seasoning has to be done to improve the electrical resistance, hardness, stiffness and to improve its strength. And also the seasoning of timber increases the resistance power against decay. There are different types of decays. To prevent the decaying of timber, we have to do the seasoning. So when we do the seasoning, the attack of insects will be less. So it imparts the resisting power for the timber and to maintain shape and size of components of timber. Suppose when we use the timber for making furnitures, or when you use the timber for making door frames or window frames, the size has to be properly maintained. After a few days, they should not get shrinked. So the timber which is seasoned should be used in construction work. So this, when we do the seasoning of timber, it retains the shape of the timber even after the construction, even after making the doors and windows. So the seasoning will helps to maintain shape and size of the components of timber. And to make timber easily workable and facilitate operations during conversion. The conversion of timber. The conversion of timber means the cutting of timber into different sizes. It is maybe in the plank, it may be the size of plank, or it may be in the form of the boards, etc. When we are going to do the conversion of timber, so that it should be very easy to work with the timber. That's why the seasoning of timber has to be done. And to make the timber fit for receiving the treatment, like the paints, preservatives and varnishes. If you want to do the painting, the timber should be well seasoned. Seasoned timber will take good polishing also. So unseasoned timber, you should not do any polishing or painting, because later on when it shrinks, the entire painting work will get spoiled. So when we do the seasoning of timber, it receives the good treatment like preservatives. You can apply preservatives on them, you can apply varnishes, and sometimes you can do the painting also. And the seasoning of timber will be make the safe from attack of fungi and insects. When we remove the moisture content from the timber, the attack of fungi and insects will get reduced. And to make timber suitable for the gluing, that is when you want to combine 2 or 3 parts of the components of timber, say for making the doors and windows. So the frames, for making a frame, we are going to stick 2 parts. Okay, we join 2 parts of the timber. The gluing, when you want to apply the Fevicol, the timber should be well seasoned. If moisture content is present in the timber, it won't take good gluing. The gluing cannot be done easily. Fitting cannot be done easily. So the moisture content has to be removed to give suitable gluing action. And to reduce the tendency of timber to crack or shrink or wrap, that is, it will get cracked if you use the timber which is unseasoned. It will get shrinked if you use the timber which is unseasoned. Wrapping takes place. To prevent the cracking of timber, shrinking of timber and wracking of timber, we have to do seasoning. So, what are the important points we have to remember? What is the advantages of seasoning? So, the seasoning allows the timber to burn readily if it is used as if you are going to use as a fuel, decreases the weight of timber so that it lowers the cost of transporting and handling. It imparts hardness, strength, stiffness and better electrical resistance to timber. It increases the resisting power of timber. The most of the causes decay of timber is reduced because of removing moisture content. To maintain good shape and size of timber, to make the timber easily work, say if you want to do the cutting or if you want to do the conversion of timber, it will be easy. And to make the timber fit for receiving the treatments like painting, preservatives, applying preservatives and varnishes, etc. To make timber safe from attack of fungi and insects. To make timber suitable for gluing, the combining 2 or 3 components of timber by applying a Fevicol or a glue. And to reduce the tendency of timber to crack, shrink or wrap. So these are the advantages of doing seasoning. In my next video, I will be discussing on the methods of seasoning of timber. Thank you.